Israeli strike on Iran?
Well, I don't want to say imminent, but it looks like it's something that could very well happen. Look, it's very simple, not complicated. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Other than that, I want them to be successful. I want them to be tremendous. We'll help them be successful. We'll trade with them. We'll do whatever is necessary. You know, I stopped a war between India and Pakistan. And I stopped it with trade. I don't think I've ever seen a story written about it, but it was pretty cool. They were getting ready. Pakistan was their turn to hit, and eventually they're going to go nuclear. And I stopped it. I called each. I respect each leader greatly and know them. And I spoke to them, and I talked about trade. I said,
all right, so President Trump speaking there this morning. Senator, you'd almost have to believe the United States knew the Israelis had jets fueled. That was this morning. It was less than 12 hours later, the Israeli jets were in the air.
I would say I wasn't briefed on it.
Well, what?
I would say I wasn't briefed on it.
Right, I understand that you were not, but it's hard to imagine that the United States didn't know and have a good heads up. That's a real friend running interference and, if you want to say, deception.
I know that Israel did inform us that they were going to go. The timing on that, I don't know. I mean, I was with the president when he was having this press conference. Well, it wasn't really a press conference. It's kind of a Q&A. It turned into a press conference. You know, and we've also, you know, heard chatter and been involved in conversations that we knew this time was coming. But I do believe that the president was hoping to try to avoid anything like this if it was possible. Iranians had
You understand why I'm asking about the timing?
Sure, absolutely. But Iranians had the ticket to say, hey, we don't want this to happen. We want to work with you. And they chose not to. You have Israel and you have the United States both saying it's not going to happen. And there's nobody in that region, Leland, was okay with them having a nuclear weapon. There's no one in that region that wanted that to happen.
Yeah, no, and it's interesting, Joel, you pointed out, and you know, we start very small and look at the military operation, we zoom way out. We haven't heard from the Jordanians, we haven't heard from the Saudis, we haven't heard from the Emiratis or the Qataris. It has been silence.
Crickets for a reason, because going to what the Senator's pointing out and what we're talking about here, the region does not want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. Remember back during President Biden's term when he authorized shooting down of Iranian missiles, Jordan joined in that strike. The Saudis allowed it to go forward. I think that if Israel can contain its strikes to these military targets and these nuclear targets and maintain that and not have it expand more broadly, you're going to continue to see silence.
Hey, Leland, I wasn't briefed on this either, but I will answer the question because I don't have to be proper like that. Of course we knew. We have people there. All right, they saw what was going on. But look at how President Trump played this in conjunction with Israel. He inherited this problem, all right? He went ahead, Bibi came to town, and he said, we want to blow them up before they reconstitute their air defenses. President Trump said, no, I'm going to do diplomacy. I'm going to do a good faith effort. If they stop enrichment and dismantle their stuff, we'll make a deal and everything will be fine. I'm going to do my best to do that, and he did. The Ayatollahs decided they wanted a bomb more than they wanted peace. And so at some point, it became too close to the end of that, and President Trump and President Netanyahu said, time is now.
And the reporting is that the Israelis shared the intelligence about the Iranians being able to build a bomb with the United States.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.